Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. This is a monumental day. This is my longtime friend.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Evan Murphy here. And he is the reason that the channel exists. What you see here before you, and what you've seen before this moment, and what you've seen after. This was the social push, if you will, that I needed from a pal.
Yeah.
So if you got a talent out there, whatever it is, music or science or fucking working out or something, and you want to create some content or write some short stories or whatever, be a pal and tell one of your buddies you can do it, dude. So we're going to do a little chest workout today together. 275 check-in is the same, but what's not the same is some angles and some things we'll be doing. We'll do more breakdowns in the accessories because the bench for us is straightforward in the sense of what can you move and it's a power movement, and then there's more nitpicky stuff with the accessories. So stay tuned for some lifts and some laughs. 275 check-in. All right, folks. There we go. So just 2 reps, buddy. There we go. 1, 2. Excellent. Good. Nice. There we go. So Evan's multi-athletic like myself, and he's also a firefighter. So he's got to be able to do athletic movements. He's got to be able to put it into real life settings and stuff like that. So today all we're working on for Evan is not trying to break him down too much because he's got to say do jiu-jitsu tomorrow, then he might have to do fireman's carries, XYZ, all those different days. So we're just getting him to focus on doing a healthy unrack, which makes it easy for him and doesn't take much out of him because he's trains by himself a lot like me. And just getting him to hit it on his lower pec down here, just right around his nipple or sternum area right there, and just basically keeping it smooth as possible for him, and just setting him up to win every workout after here too. Right? All right. So let's keep going, buddy. Nice. And today's a new singles day for me, so I'm going to do singles with the slingshot. So that way, whatever I do with a slingshot today, I could do maybe without it in a couple weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. That's like the way I've been doing with the reps before. So it's very similar approach. I'm going to go to 350 now. This will be my last warm up with no slingshot on. I'll do 1 tester rep with the slingshot on before I move into the working weights. So just that way I know what it feels like and all that sort of thing. So I'll go here, then I'll go like maybe 385 or something with the slingshot on, just to give myself that 1 set before. I don't want to put it on too early, and I don't want to put it on too late, So that's the thought behind that. Nice, dude.
Making it look easy.
Fuck yeah.
And I was thinking about this actually on the way here.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting because you're working at such a high level. We're talking about 4 plates. Nobody's there yet, like the average person. So to get another person who's working their way up as well, and just to see how it transfers down. Yeah.
Interesting. For sure. So Evan's going a little over 100 kilos here, 225. And this is going to be not a hard rep for him, because he's athletic, he's strong. Here we go. Good, easy, Manny. Nice, beautiful. Yes. I know I passed it off to you then, we never yet, but fuck it, I'll, while we're going for, say, the singles to work down, then I can pass them off to you. Yeah. Just so you're not wasting any energy. Yeah. And then when you go back to your triples, then you can hand them off. Yeah. All right? Yeah. So what we're doing today for Evan is just working him up some singles, not 1 rep max, but working him up to somewhere where he feels comfortable that he can make a mental note and say, okay, I'm pretty close to this right now. Then we're going to drop back a bit, kind of like a Golgi tendon reflex where you do a little bit heavier and come back. Yeah. I always say it's like when Guitar Hero was out, if you couldn't beat something on hard, you'd go to expert, try to do it, and then when you went back to hard, it would seem a little bit slower than it was first. That's kind of the same thing, all right?
The mental tricks.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Trick the mind and the body, So we're going to do the last warm up here. It's going to be 385. I'm going to do this one with a slingshot just to get a feel. And then, I'm going to do 3 singles after that today. Okay, so I don't want to say too much because I don't want to distract my buddy before he lifts. He's going to go to 235 now. And just do that for a single here. All right? I'll give you a pass off, Evan. Okay. Whenever you're ready, whenever you breath in, that's when I'll help you, okay? Good. Out. Excellent, buddy. Easy. Easy.
Yeah, that felt good.
And even then, it was that easy. You probably could have locked it down just a teensy bit.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is lower on his chest, but not even the circumference of the bar at a time. Half of it.
Okay.
Pinky tip lower, because when it goes explode off, it's going to come up a bit. Anyways, It's almost a little bit, I won't say a C motion, but more of a bracket.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going this way, up towards me, right? So that was smoked. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say we definitely, you definitely put in another one if you want.
Yeah.
Come on now, come on. Come on.
Yep.
Nice. There we go. Good. Yeah. So I'm just taking these clips to send to Evan personally so he can see his rep speed and his form and all that. And if we include it in the video, then best kind. But I'm just doing it for my buddy here. He's been doing fantastic so far. I just want to get 230. But he's going for 250 here now. Let's go, brother. There you go. Drive those shoulders right in. And the unrack is just pushing into the ground. When you breathe in, I'm going to hand it out. Lots of weight in the feet. Yep. Out. Good. Ah, Jesus. Easy money, buddy. Honest to God. I'm not kidding you. 275 is there.
Nice.
Ah, Jesus. I know. And it's like, it's tough sometimes because it's probably been 2 years, I'd say, since we trained in person or seen each other in person.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he lived like a province away. Now he's back home. So it's like, we keep in contact every day about how the lifts are going, but also other shit. Like Evan's doing jiu-jitsu, firefighting. He's doing some like running on his own and shit. So he's very, full fitness, I'll say, right? You know what I mean? So, and if you can look at the both of us, we got fucking arms so long as fucking, you know, what is those, what are they, silatelli? The pasta noodles or whatever they're called? We got the fucking longest arms in the game. So, for our weight and our height, if you get long arms, not an excuse. I mean, sure, it's not ideal, but we're still doing it. And it's good for deadlift, so it's a trade-off, right? Fuck, that was good, man. Nice. Alright, so Evan went up to 250. He had lots more in the tank. But we're going to cut it there. He's going to do some rep work now. So we're going to go back to some threes. Alright, so he's going to go back to 225 now. Actually, you take it off yourself for this. Because it's so easy for you. That way you can just go on a rhythm. Good, brace, out. Good. Good. Beauty. And exhale. Good. Nice, good, beautiful. And that was easy for him, as you can see. And even though it was easy, I know people might tell you to exhale when it's difficult, but on the last rep, even though it is easy, when you exhale, you relieve all the strain and all the stress that's put on your face and your noggin, everywhere else, your neck and everything. So when you do that, it relaxes yourself. So when you get up, you see he's not bursting red in the face. There's other reasons why people are red in the face, but you be the telltale sign of that when they're lifting. Third and final set here. Come on now, close it out, baby. Come on. Yep. There we go, dude.
Come on.
I did it a little bit slower on the way down that time, but kind of just to feel it out, make sure that, you know, it's secured. So, that's it for me on mine. Evan's still going to do 2 more triples. He's doing threes. I'm doing singles, of course. And then we're going to head into some incline Smith, I would say.
Yep.
And then we'll have a bit of fun then with some shots and all that shit and see what it's like. So stay tight, stay tuned. Nice. Yeah. Okay. I double tapped record last time. So I got a half a second clip of Evan getting ready. So this is his third set of 3 on 2 plates. So what you're going to see from Evan now, there's a nice proper unrack. He's doing it by himself because he normally trains by himself now, not doing a single. He's going to take his breath in, brace, and he's going to do all 3 on 1 breath. I'll explain that in a moment. And release. Good. Nice. So he exhales at the end, and a job well done. The reason why he's doing it in 1 breath is that he wants to keep his tightness and keep his technique as he's losing energy, I would say. And what I mean by that is, it's like a VO2 max in a sense. If he's testing, how much can I do? How far can I go on 1 breath? So that way, if he's got to do a set of 4 next week or something else, if he stops and takes another breath in, now he's only got to do a third of what he's already done in that same set. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the way he's going to do it, but it's just a mental cue of, if he had to reset on every rep and did one single. If he did three times at the reset, we know we're right at a ceiling of weights. But he did 3 sets of 3, 1 breath for each set. So we know it was easy for him. We know it's a good starting point. Easy for him to go up. And we know that we're just scratching the surface of what he's got to come. All right?
Sir.
Fucking job well done.
Let's go.
Head off to accessories here.
Let's go.
Get it up, piece. Nice. All right, so we're on to some incline Smith here now. And here's Evan going. There we go. And the big thing with these is it's going to be high neck inclines. So we're right in the middle of a shoulder press and an incline press. And you can see nice slow tempo. He almost stops it, slows it right down in near the chest, and then explodes out of it. All right, that's what we're working on today. So I'm going to do these very similar. Me and Evan are doing these the same on these. There we go. The hardest part is just the Smith machine is not super smooth in the fact that sometimes you can lift it with 1 finger. It's a little bit dead weight. So just like the unrack and hook is the worst part. The pushing part, best gone. You got 2 done, right? Okay, so we're just doing 2 sets of 6 here. Evan has got his done very efficiently. And then I'm going to do my second set of 6 here now. And then we're going to move over to some laterals. And we might end with a bit of antagonist, a little bit of bicep. Let's see. Nice one.
So you're dumbing it down. You're simplifying it, but to the average Joe, that's like, whoa, all the agonist, antagonist, and going up above and then coming back down. Like, it seems like a lot, but
so I like to do it a little bit. So like, I don't want the channel to be like a highlight reel per se. Otherwise, I just make an Instagram and every clip would be 10 seconds. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have it where there's a little bit of book knowledge with it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The agonist, antagonist, shit like that. So if whoever's watching, if they're new, then once they go a few steps later, they say, oh, Jesus, I heard that before. I get it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or if it's somebody that's above me, that's done more, they think, oh, I remember when I did that before.
Yeah.
Or whichever, right? So somebody more advanced than me is like, okay, he's on the right track.
Yes.
And somebody maybe behind me is like, okay, that makes sense when they get there.
Yes.
And somebody on the same wavelength as me is like, hey, that's somebody that I can measure off with and we can do our thing.
Yes.
It don't have to be the same weights or the same reps or whatever,
right.
But it's just same lifestyle, same training, that type of thing, right?
And you may say, 20 things, 20 little nuggets. And if I watch a video, I might pick up 3.
Yeah.
You know, but if I watch it again, I might pick up some more.
Yeah, that's right.
Or the more that you watch videos, the more people are subscribed, and they pick up more things. But it's only a fraction of what you're able to share. But the real special nuggets I find come from that one-on-one. This is what you're doing. Just tweak this a little bit, and you got it. Like,
and that's why I try to get used to talking to the camera more, is because it's almost like you're talking to one of your buddies, say like me and you.
Yeah.
So that's why I left it on now. So we're chatting, because it's like whatever you're asking or thinking about, chances are somebody else is probably thinking about it.
Yeah.
And maybe I haven't thought about.
Yeah.
So it's something that I can share. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to point this close here. We're just going to do some laterals now, guys, in the machine here. Just going to keep it live on you. So I'm going to cut it in here. There we go. So with these too, is that Evan's been doing some jiu-jitsu the last couple nights, 2 nights this week, 2 of the last 3. So a lot of times he's going to be, you know, tight with his arms, pulling in, but also he might be getting extended as well. And he's gripping the whole night. So when you're gripping, forearm gets tight. So that's why I like doing these anyways, because I might have to deadlift the next day or whatever. But I know Evan likes the ones with the dumbbells. He does different variations, same as me. But I know he likes the ones with the dumbbells. But I want him to do these tonight, give his forearms a break. There's 2 of the last 3 nights you've been gripping and pulling, so they're already a bit pre-taxed.
Yes.
So try to let them recover a bit, because this here is almost like the elbow down doesn't really matter. My hands are kind of limp, but my upper arm, the humerus, and up into my shoulders and lateral delts, that's working. And it's almost further isolated like that, you know? And I'm staying out this way, because when you're facing the other way, there's handles. And if something's there, chances are you're going to grab onto it, right? It's like if you go to bail off a bike or something sometimes it's really hard. You might say, I might just be able to jump off the bike, but when you're gripping the handlebars, you just tend to grip that more. You know what I mean? Without thinking about it. Yep. There we go, brother. Nice. Fuck yeah. And then the height, where you're tall on that too, the height should be good for you.
Yeah.
Because I got a pretty large torso, so we want it so that you can come all the way and then not bring up. So we don't want it too low, like you can just go like that.
Okay.
You know? So Evan just made a fantastic point there, like we're talking about in the gym. So you want to just share that again if you can?
Yeah, well,
you can just tell me or tell them.
It's all about the context, what's happening, what your body is doing outside of the gym.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is picking up, but
yeah,
you know, like Fish is saying, with the jiu-jitsu, depends on what your job is. If you're working manual labor, construction, or what have you,
100%.
That adds the context so that you understand why you're choosing the machine over the dumbbells or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's just tailoring it to your life and what your body is doing outside of the gym.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was going to use Ronnie Coleman as an example, but everybody knows he was a police officer for the first few years that he won, right?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, of course, he stopped to totally focus on it. But I'll just use somebody like C-Bum for an example, or Jay Cutler as like their bodybuilding workouts. That's their main thing. Sure, they're involved in some business and some other stuff, but they're not doing construction work or jiu-jitsu at night or whatever. So if you're watching their videos, that's fine, but you want to take away from it what applies to you. For one, their genetics are 1 in a fucking million or more.
Yeah.
And then they're obviously doing their enhancements or whatever, which is fine. You know, that's cool, whatever. So they're recovering quicker, top tier genetics, and their training regimen is suiting their life. So if you work in a desk from 9 to 5, that's not going to suit you. Or if you're on a job site for 12 hours, not going to suit you either. Or if you're a firefighter who does jiu-jitsu and runs besides. So like the same reason if you watch that guy Nick Bear, is it?
Yes.
He does he's like one of the poster boys for like a hybrid athlete.
Yes.
So he does the marathons or half marathons or whatever and lifting.
Yeah.
So his workouts aren't going to work for somebody who just wants to go to the gym for fun. You know what I mean? Because he's fucking running 10 or 12 miles and lifting. You know what I mean? So you gotta, the old Bruce Lee thing, right?
I was just going to say
you take in what's good and release what you can't.
Yeah.
I won't say what's bad, but you release what doesn't apply to you, you know?
Yeah.
And I know there might be more chatting today than normal, but lucky enough to have Evan here with me today, and I feel like usually when we do have chats, when we're lifting or not lifting, we find that we have a lot of takeaways positively that come from it. So it just you're just sitting at the table with a conversation with us. You know what I mean? So a lot of the stuff we say, you might know it already, you might know more or you might know less. So either way, you can relate to it at some sort of step level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right? So it's like if a grade 12 math teacher hears about their kid in grade 7 doing math work, so I remember that, and they know a little more. But then there might be a university professor who comes in and knows more than 2 of them, but he can still relate to them, and they can still relate to the other fellas because the youngest one just sees, okay, that's an advancement of what I can do, but it's more difficult. But it's still in the same stream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're doing here, you've seen it before on the channel. So, like I said about, we want to hit the biceps at the end, but we're giving the forearms a bit of a break. So with 3 options, we were thinking about dumbbells, but the twisting over, alternate dumbbells, a little bit too much forearm. And then we thought about a fixated barbell curl. And then that's a bit harder to do, a little bit less pronation of, or supination of the arm for the bicep. So this one here would be the easiest one to group in, and it's also isolating. So we're just going to do, say, like 3 6s, 3 8s, something like that here. And just going one arm at a time, just so we can isolate it even further. And that way, when you're going by yourself, obviously Evan's there with me today, but if I was to struggle with one, I could spot myself with that arm. Right? As opposed if I went with 2 arms, I wouldn't be able to do that, you know? And that way each arm is getting the exact same amount of work, as opposed to if I went with 2 arms, into the session, into the week here now, you could be slightly favoring one over the other and you wouldn't really pick up on it.
If you know you have an imbalance in your arms from your biceps, how do you go about fixing that?
Well, one thing I would do is I would just stick to unilateral movements. So like dumbbell inclines, and then, so like dumbbell inclines or whatever the exercise is, could be alternating bicep curls, could be flat dumbbell bench. I would integrate that. And also instead of having 50 pounds in one hand and 45 in the other, if I was doing bench presses, I would start, and sometimes I would do the ones where you hold one and you go down with one and then one with the other. If you do that, you're going to have to do less than what you could do if you did 2 at the same time, because you're kind of balancing a bit. It helps you engage your core and that and stuff too. And you'd be surprised how quickly it'll pick up, right? And then, if it's biceps or whatever else, I would just, try to take a longer rest period between the weaker arm. You know what I'm saying?
Longer or shorter?
So I take a longer rest with the weaker side, so it's more recovered.
Oh.
Right? So if your left arm is weaker, say, I would do my set with the right, and then I would probably wait a bit and do my set with the left. Not so much on the first set, but then when you come around to the second set, say you've had a minute between the right arm going, then you'd have a minute between this one. I'd take another 30 seconds or another minute. So this one's getting, say, 1.5 or 2 times the rest. That could be another thing you could do. And you could also break up the set on this one. So let's just say I can only get 6 reps and I can do 8 with this one. I'd probably try a set of 4 there and do a cluster set, rest for 10 seconds, then try to get another set of 4. Then next week I might rest for 5 seconds, and then before you know it, they're both on the same timeline, the same weight, same reps, right? There's different ways you can do it, but that would just be a quick Cole's notes.
Yeah,
right?
perfect. Yeah.
The Brad or Brent or something, or what is it?
I feel like it starts with a C. Craig Jones.
Craig Jones, yeah. Yeah, I knew it was something short with that, Yeah. So, actually, I'm just going to do 2 sets. You can do 3 if you want. I think I only done 8 the first time, so I'll do 10 or 12 this time. But I usually just do 2 of a fair, decent intensity and then get in and get out kind of thing.
Yeah.
On the accessories. Yep. Oh. Yeah, but we were mentioning football earlier. Poor old McCaffrey's out for the year now. Yeah, I think it was ankle, or I know he had his Achilles first.
Yikes.
But ankle or knee or something secondary. I had to check it out again and see. But I am a Niners fan, so it's definitely tough. And They're not playing very well at all as a unit, but they've had glimpses, but maybe not out of the playoff picture, but they're going to need a lot of luck to make it. But the fucking Lions are playing amazing.
Yeah.
The Bills are playing amazing. The Bills are putting up fucking 30 points at least every night for fun. And Lions are playing good overall football. Vikings have been silently good as well. They're like 10-2. They won a few close ones, maybe not put up a lot of points, but they're there every week, you know. Packers are starting to come on. It's nice to have a few teams kind of going for it.
Doing well.
And Chiefs only got one loss to the Bills, but a lot of their wins have been like 2 and 3 points.
Okay.
So it's like shit. Like they're just scraping through. They're getting it done, but it's like it's going to be interesting playoffs, you know.
I love how the playoffs and the seeding actually matters in football.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
basketball, it doesn't matter.
Does it?
You know.
Yeah.
But
It's starting to matter less. So big shout out to my boy Evan, not only for tuning in tonight, not only for taking part tonight, not only for standing out tonight, but also pushing me to do the channel in the first place. And that's why we had to do bench today, because he pushed me to do it, so now we had to push together. You know? That's what we're at in here. So anyways, it's been a fantastic session. If you made it this far, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. Any questions, whatever else. Engagement's been fantastic. Don't worry about, I don't know if I want to ask that. Fire away. Who cares? Pat Benatar, hit me with your best shot. You know what I mean? Hit me with the best comment, dude. So, yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight. We're going to go grab a slice right now. It's a Friday night here. And Evan is just back in the province, back on the island. So we're going to go get a slice of pizza. Sit down, shoot the shit, have a chat, and then just retire to our own quarters for a nice sleep, because you got to get your rest as well. And we live, how far are we apart? Well, like a half hour, 40-minute drive maybe? Yeah, so the gym for us is almost like almost in the middle. Maybe like 10, 15 minutes for me, half hour for you. Something like that. But same distance driving today because I came from work. So it was perfect today to link up. Took us all 35 minutes or so to get here. So that was it for today. I'll be back again tomorrow. I'll be doing some squats, and then the day after that will be a back workout on his own again, because I know the last back workout had deads in with it. But yeah, we'll have a standalone squats, standalone back, and standalone Stay Frosty. We'll see you in the next one, guys.